Now, the thing is, we got a classic anime coming back, but you're going to have to sit it out till way in the morning to watch this. And there's a bit of a confusion where they're going to start on this. This is a long-running anime. And if you haven't realized it, it's Sailor Moon we're talking about. And you know that Sailor Moon was on the Toonami Rewind block, which basically they retired it at the start of Sailor Moon R. That's where they left it off. Now, the thing about it is we don't know where they're going to start. Are they going to start episode 1? Are they going to start with episode 47? We don't know at this time. But also, on top of that, earlier in the evening, we have also Mashal, which is on the schedule as well, starting off the evening. But we're going to read into this first through also Anime News Network. Sailor Moon anime returns to Toonami block on January 25th. Now, as a programming note, what they've been playing on the Toonami Rewind is the newer English dub, not the original. I wish they would play the original dub on this. It would be fantastic. I think fans would enjoy that. Adult Swim's Toonami programming block announced on Friday that Sailor Moon anime is returning to the block on Saturdays at 3 a.m. Yes, that's right, everyone. Effectively, it's just Sundays. It's not Saturday. Starting January 25th, effectively January 26th. Toonami did not specify whether the airings would start at the beginning with episode 1 or with episode 47, the start of the Sailor Moon R, which the episode series left off, now retired Toonami Rewind block. Toonami Rewind was dedicated to running anime or versions of the series that aired on the original Toonami prior to its 2012 revival. Toonami Rewind began airing on Friday, starting on May 31st at 5 p.m. Eastern, and featured Sailor Moon with the newer English dub, Dragon Ball Z Kai, the condensed version of the 1989-1996 Dragon Ball anime series, and Naruto. The block retired at the end of 2024. I almost said 2023 there, folks, because I think the Anime News Network didn't realize what they were writing on there. Cartoon Network Toonami block began in 1997 and ended in 2008 after an 11-year run. Yeah, I mean, you have to remember, Toonami introduced a lot of people to this. I mean, before, UHF television was the first level on there, and then the piracy, then VHS, DVD, then you had Toonami, then streaming, and this is where we got to the point now. Yes, and also I ran Saturday morning, but, I don't like to put it in there because it was really, truly edited, especially other stuff, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece that was, highly censored in the U.S. The thing I don't like, I wish, and I don't know if it's the CEO over at Cartoon Network that realized, run these classic animes with their original dubs and uncensored. Don't run Dragon Ball Kai. Run the original Dragon Ball Z series, the 89 to 96. Even the Ocean dubs would be fantastic if you can get a hold of those. I know the broadcast ones are out there. They're not destroyed. They're still available. They should be, available for broadcast. I say get those. Those might be a little bit cheaper to get. Maybe I'm wrong. But the schedule, let's go over the schedule for the 25th. At 12 a.m., you'll get Mashal, Magic and Muscles, which I recommend for you guys to catch. I haven't done Invincible Fight Girl, which is coming in at 12:30. 1 a.m. Blue Exorcist. I'm still not caught up on that. 1:30 a.m. you'll get One Piece. Not caught up with that. At 2 a.m. you'll get Dragon Ball Z Kai, which I'm all caught up into the series, including the new. 2:30 a.m. Naruto. And finally at 3 a.m. Sailor Moon. So this is a good advantage of you to catch up on some of your classic anime out there. If you don't have it on streaming, you don't subscribe to Crunchyroll or High Dive or anything like that you get a lot of it from your piracy. You won't have to go the way of that. You have some of it on Toonami these days. I mean, there's a lot of anime out there. For those of you who are not in my age group, which I'm, again, this week, today I turned 58. Like I said, I grew up in the through the late 70s of anime, into the 80s, I've seen it all. Basically, when it came down to it, and some great stuff that's not even airing, stuff that actually would be considered a bit racy to air on some of the Toonami channel. But they should take the risk. They should take, because really, this is midnight to 3 a.m. I know they're going to say, well, maybe some kids are still up at that time. I said, well, that's bad parenting if your kids are up at that time in the morning. I'm talking young kids. If they're young teens, different story. But, this is a chance for you to bring some great, Toonami, people over there at Adult Swim and Cartoon Network, they could sit back and look at the entire history of anime and bring some great stuff forward. Yes, some controversial, some that haven't been seen on our shores for a long time, or never been seen on our shores other than piracy. This is the jump that they need to do. And they need to go back to the original dubs. And I know they're old. They can be remastered. They can be fixed up. Some of them have already been fixed up, but just nobody wants to use them. Like the Dragon Ball Zs. They, don't show the Kais. Show the original. Uncut. It's at 2 in the morning. Who's going to complain at 2 o'clock in the morning? If anybody complains at 2 o'clock in the morning, they should be dragged out and run over, truck conned, not afflicting any violence to anybody. But, the joke truck con, you know what that is. You get put into another anime universe. But the thing about it is, if you're getting a complaint at 2 in the morning for content, that is the most stupidest thing to do for anyone to complain about. They said, well, kids are up. No. Back when I was growing up, anything above 10 p.m. above had a bit of a mature content to it on broadcast television. Because they knew kids were in bed by 8, latest 9, especially on the weekends. They may stay a little bit later. That's why the content switched up a little bit. This way Saturday Night Live was at 11:30 at night. They weren't on earlier till, some specials that came forward. Other shows, Mad TV, Monsters, a couple other series, they were on very, very late. And remember, there was a lot of stuff from the CBS days in the 90s that had some adult nature, and they ran in these time blocks, which was they call it CBS Late Night, which is, if you've never seen the series Silk Stockings. Yeah. Silk Stockings was a bit sexy on there. And wouldn't be for prime time, but it did hit prime time on the USA Network. But back when it first started, it was unheard of to on that. And there were many other shows that ran in that time slot as well. You had a vampire series on there. You wouldn't think to put it into prime time back then. You had a judge, and I forgot the name of it. I think it was Dark Justice, was it? That basically by day he was a judge, by night he was a vigilante. Another thing that was, you didn't think of putting in prime time, but did very well for itself.
If you like this content, be sure to check out the rest of this video on Otaku Thursday. Every week on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Rumble. And don't forget to comment, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!